What is up, my dudes? It's bass clef note name time. Bass clef is sometimes referred to as the F clef for a couple of reasons. It sort of resembles a fancy letter F, and part of it shows you where the F line is. Start, draw, dot, and like a giant hook almost. Then I add 2 dots. And that is a bass clef. See how it makes sort of a cursive F looking thing, and then these 2 dots show you where the F line is. Like the treble clef, there are some mnemonic devices that you can use to remember what the line and space letter names are on the bass clef. I will share them with you now. For the lines of the bass clef, starting from the bottom, you have G, B, D, F, and A. And some of the mnemonic devices that people use include good boys do fine always, good boys deserve fudge always, or my personal favorite, Georgia Bulldogs defeat Florida always. I'm going to label those for you, so regardless of which of those sentences you say, those are the lines of the bass clef. When it comes to the spaces, it doesn't spell a word the same way that the treble clef does, but there are some mnemonic devices you can use. One of my favorites is all cars eat gas. There's also all cows eat grass. But regardless of which one you use, they yield the same answer. So your bass clef spaces. Let's put all of that together. Here I have written out all of the staff notes of the bass clef. So I'm going to start by labeling the lines. So I'm going to remember one of my mnemonic devices. I'm going to do Georgia Bulldogs defeat Florida always. Those work for the lines. And then for the spaces, I'm going to think of one of my space note mnemonic devices. All cars eat gas. Every single note is labeled, and if you were to start from the bottom space, you can actually see where a complete musical alphabet has occurred, and then of course it would start over. Now I've written you some random bass clef notes. Let's see if you can take some time and figure out what they are. Let's label them and see if you were correct. So here we have another space, so I'm going to remember my space mnemonic device. A, C, E, G. All cows eat grass, all cars eat gas. Regardless, that's a G. That's a G right there. I'm going to use that same one because this is also on a space. All cars, so that's a C. Now we've got something on a line, so now we need to use the other one. Georgia Bulldogs defeat. And then we have another space. All cars eat. That one's an E. Right there. We have another line. So we're going to use the line one. Georgia Bulldogs defeat Florida always. That's an A. And finally, one last line, and it's the bottom line. So it's G for Georgia or good or whichever one of those things you like. Letter names of the bass clef. Go forth and use that knowledge well.